Hey, I'm Jay, and I make videos about traditional Chinese characters in alphabetical order according to the Pinyin romanization system. Welcome back to Runner's Garden. Kind of excited about this video because we just finished 142 characters of D, and that was not easy. Starting a new alphabet letter in Pinyin, and there's not that many E's, so I can finish these in maybe about a month. In the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA, this is known as the schwa. Any vowel can become this. For example, banana, the sound. In the Pinyin romanization system for Mandarin Chinese, this is Of course, in Chinese, we have to contend with the tones, so this sound form might be slightly more elongated. Only two tones, and There's no first or third, according to the 3,000 most frequently used characters. Technically, this one can be pronounced in the third tone, as in xin, but we'll get to that later. 6 characters. And I think you're gonna find that you already know a major component. If you've been studying Chinese for any length of time, you probably know 我. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's muscle memory by now. We always start from the self when we learn a language. So I'm assuming you know this, but did you know this can be a component for other characters? All you have to do is here's character number 1. Put an inverted ren, the person radical, to the left, and you get second tone which is used in the transliteration of Russia. 俄罗斯. Or 俄国, and 俄语 and 俄文 is the Russian language. 俄式 is Russian style, and 乌俄战争 is the Russian-Ukraine war. The meaning of the character is instantly or suddenly, but I asked a staff member at our cram school, and for example, means suddenly. It's kind of like 突然, but I think it's more literary. So I believe the most common use of this character is for Russia. We're not done with 我. If you have the bird radical to the right of 我, it becomes as in a goose. 天鹅, swan. 天鹅. There's actually a color, light yellow, called maybe lighter than this even, 鹅黄. And don't forget about the wall character because it's going to be later, but I want to finish up the second tone. And this is kind of funny because the first time I learned how to say forehead in Chinese, 额头, I thought it was goose head, but it's not the character for goose. It's this. This is our third character today. Also, second tone, 满 means the full amount of something. 额外, extremely common, that is additional or extra. 额外. The breakdown is 客, as in visitor or guest, on this side, and then on the other side is page or leaf component. And the next two are kind of negative meanings. A couple of fourth tone. This is very few strokes. This one means bad. 厄难 is a calamity, like, a disaster. Again, I asked a staff member about this one because I'm not familiar with that term, but the staff member said that people do say this in oral speech. It's not only literary. 厄难, calamity. 厄运, misfortune, misfortunate. 困厄, hardship. Here's another interesting fourth tone, It looks like a Red Cross symbol over a heart. It's evil, wicked, hate, disgusting. 恶心 is probably the most common use of this. 恶心, disgusting. By the way, this has a secondary pronunciation, 2 secondary pronunciations. And it could be third tone. In 恶心, this, what is normally is pronounced in third tone. In simplified, it's Bing over a heart. I've talked about this a number of times. Food radical. This, it almost looks like you're making an F, and then this part makes like you're making a double O, and coming up, it looks like a D. So if you're looking at it on the side, it looks like F-O-O-D, food. So the food radical, I think, on its side looks like the word food. And then a wall, again, and this means hungry or hunger. 看起来很好吃，我很饿。
I'll make you some.
Okay. 我很饿，饿死 is to die of hunger. This is the vlog portion of my video in a coffee shop made of recycled wood. I had a really nice conversation with the owner of that coffee shop. Well, obviously, you know, he's a coffee shop owner, so we were talking about coffee. And I happened to mention this type of coffee that I did try a number of years ago. It's a bean that actually goes through the digestive system of the civet cat. And then it's cleaned up, of course, roasted, and it's really expensive coffee. But he's like, you know, you can get that like really nearby, really locally. And he was cool about telling me about other coffee shops in the area. You know, he realizes that I play the field. So it was within 2 or 3 minute walk right by a place where I used to live. And I don't know how old the coffee shop is. It's tucked in, and it's a little larger than an alley, but it's on the opposite side of where I used to enter that large apartment complex. I was looking for coffee shops all around here, and I didn't realize, like, Chinkin, that building takes up, well, there's 2 buildings in the community. It takes up a whole block. So I just walked down to that alley and turned. Last, it's not open. I used to live on the other side of this building. I never knew this coffee shop existed either. I don't know how long it was here. Seems like a while from the state of their sign. But here's another one to give a try. That's gonna have to be another day. I believe the next sound form is un. Not sure which tones are involved in the 3,000 most common characters, but we'll hook you up. And that's all we got. I hope you enjoyed this shorter video today. This is Runner's Garden signing off.